Welcome, everyone, and thank you very much for joining the very first Strategic Thinking Systems Hackathon, which is uh, a very special significance for us because that's actually how STS really got started. Some 3 years ago already, uh, Ben was at the time facilitating a group that became today's AI working group. And there was invitation for people to submit projects. STS was one of those projects that got quite a bit of support from the group and has throughout the years. And then during that summer of 2023, we started to participate in all kinds of hackathons being put together by other vendors. So we did one on integrating voice AI into our software. We did one on virtual 3D spaces for strategic thinking, and one or two others that I forget. I think there was one on the vector databases and things like that.
Was there one
And
for
this
Cohere, Francis? Did Cohere sponsor one as well that we were
that
part
there
of?
was one. I think there was one from Cohere. I'm not entirely sure, but
Yeah.
but that's definitely how and when the STS team, as it is today, really coalesced and made possible everything that we will be talking about and showcasing and using in the next 3 days. So very very excited. A bit of an emotional moment for myself. I don't want to put words in Ben's mouth, but I think he feels the same. So for those of you who don't know me, and I know many of the people on the call do, but my name is Francis Dion. I'm based in Montreal, Canada, as you can probably hear, guilty of being French native speaker. I'm the CEO and founder of STS. I've been in technology for um, 45 years now, doing my first AI stint in the 1980s, way before it was uh, useful, but at that time it was already interesting. I've been passionate about that ever since, and very excited to by the things that we can do today with the technology, but also very focused on making sure that this technology is used to increase and expand human cognition and not replace it. And that's one of the key value that we promote at STS. Um, what else can I say? STS is a startup. We're a small organization. We don't have the billions of dollars that Anthropic and Google and uh, OpenAI have to pour into their systems and their platform. But we think that we have very specific ideas and values that are important and hopefully useful, and that we are coming into the AI stage with those very distinct ideas. So SCS is not a perfect platform. It's evolving. And actually, one of the things that I promise you is that you should be able to see tangible visual improvements on the STS platform each day of the challenge. So we're starting today. Tomorrow you'll see some improvements. The day after tomorrow you'll see more improvements, and so on. So we are committed to making this tool work for you. The feedback that you will give us is extremely valuable, and it will be put to use right away, and we will implement as much as we can. We have a team of developers in the background that are listening on what we're discussing, and will do their best to help you be successful in whatever it is that you want to accomplish with our platform. That being said, this hackathon is not a coding hackathon. It's a thinking hackathon. It's a hackathon for builders, for business leaders, for um, thought leaders to experiment, to learn, and to most importantly, to build something concrete that you can use, that you can use to serve your clients, to build your business, to accomplish whatever it is that you want to do. And so the measure of success for those 3 days is how much concrete assets can our community start using after this hackathon? So that's really going to be the focus. Other thing I want to say is that uh, the whole hackathon is going to be revolve around STS, but whatever you learn and whatever you build in the context of this hackathon can be extracted and be used elsewhere. So if you come up by experimenting in the unique ways that STS allows, and you come up with a prompt or something that you feel is you could use in ChatGPT or Claude or any other tool, you can do that. So it's not limited to STS. Furthermore, the learning also. So if you have questions that go beyond STS, like I know, for example, Mark, who is part of the Mark Fishburne, who is part of the hackathon, is interested in learning from the coding experts that we've assembled for the hackathon how to improve his own software and develop it further using AI coding that has nothing to do with STS, but we're also very happy to provide that service to the people who are joining on this hackathon this week. Um, Let me just go through this visual that I'm sharing right now. uh, to give you a high-level overview of what the next 3 days are going to be looking like. So we have 3 days. So really the first day today is about defining and brainstorming about the challenges, and we'll go to the specific challenges later in a few minutes. But today is really like deciding on what it is that we want to build. Day two tomorrow is going to be the design and build phase where we start implementing the templates, the forms, the experiment with the prompts, try out the multiple models. Maybe Google is Gemini is better for something. Maybe Anthropic Claude is better for something else. All of these models are available for you as you build towards the challenges. Day three, finalize your assets and get ready to present. There will be, I think it's from 2 to 4 p.m. is the window where we will showcase essentially what has been built during the hackathon. And then at 4 p.m., we have a very select group of judges that will determine who should be awarded the cash prizes that have been uh, uh, offered by our generous sponsors, many of whom are on the call today. So that's the basic structure. So define and brainstorm, design and build, and then collaborate, test, and present. Throughout this entire process, myself, Ben, and our team of developers and designers will be available to support you, to guide you, to coach you, to encourage you. So whatever questions you have, we'll do our very best to help you be successful in building those concrete assets that you think will be of benefit to you. Uh, about the agenda also, every day from 11 to 1 p.m., 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Montreal, New York, we're going to have these sessions. So first kickoff at 11 a.m., a little bit of training on the STS tool itself from 11:30 to noon. Then at noon, we're going to have keynote sessions every day. Today is a special one where we have four senior top level software developers that use a collection of various AI tools to supercharge their coding abilities. on a daily basis. And I'm very excited by this panel. And these are the actual practitioners that are pushing the envelope of what's possible, and it will tell us about how they are using AI today, how it's changed their work, and how they approach the challenges of building software for small or large organizations, and what they anticipate for the next 12 months in terms of both the capabilities of the tools and the impact on software and software development specifically. So very excited about today's panel. So that will be a 30-minute panel. After that, 30 minutes, so from 12:30 to 1 p.m., ask me anything. So the developers will be on call and can answer any question that you might have. It could be about improvements to the STS platform, but it could be about anything else that you would like to ask to an expert software developer. Tomorrow, the keynote is going to be Ben Clayton, my partner, my co-founder, will talk about the thinking that matters. And that's going to be a very interesting keynote also. So again, like tomorrow, 11 will be welcome, some orientations, Q&A, 11:30, a bit of training on STS itself, more advanced concepts than what we'll cover today. Then Ben's keynote at noon. 12:30 will be another Ask Me Anything with the developers. Thursday, same structure at the beginning. Welcome, Q&A, a little bit of support or whatever other advanced training that might be required. Then at noon, I'm super excited to have Christina Imre that will talk to us about governance and accountability and how to embed humanist values into software, and whether like is that even possible, and what does that actually mean in the world where everything is in flux, including the tools, including the technology that we are using for building software. So very excited about that keynote on Thursday.
And
Then
Francis,
the final,
sorry,
yep.
Francis, if you scroll down just on the screen that you're on now, everyone will be able to see. I put the board into the chat so you could follow along. But there it is, just in the second frame, the schedule that Francis was just
Oh,
going
yes.
to. So
Sorry.
you could always,
Thank you, Ben.
yeah, you're welcome. So you could always refer back to this
Yeah.
if you want to know when you can jump in or out to catch up to where we are, or to make sure you don't miss a keynote or an Ask Me Anything.
Thank you, Ben. So yes, indeed, everything is in this board. The link has been shared on LinkedIn and on the AI working group, and on emails that you might have received. And just when you click on that link, you'll be asked to create an account. It's free. The account is free, and by the way, for the duration of the hackathon, whoever participates in the hackathon, for the duration of the hackathon, I am bumping you from a free subscription to the same capabilities that you would get from a paid subscription on STS. So you'll be able to access all the models and generate images and do all the things that are normally reserved to paid subscribers to the STS platform. Just finishing up on the agenda. So the keynote with Christina Emery, embedding humanist values into software. Really looking forward to that. Final Ask Me Anything with the coders, 12:30 to 1 p.m. on Thursday. Then an hour to the final polish on the assets that have been created, and do maybe some drag run for those who want it. And from 2 to 4, the demos, and then 4 to 4:30, the judges will be doing the judging, and at 4:30 to 5 we'll be presenting the awards, and essentially I'll give you more detail about the awards tomorrow, but essentially we have, let me just scroll back here a little bit. We have a number of people that have provided challenges for the hackathon, business challenges, concrete use cases that they would like to see improved or supported by STS and AI assets. And so the some of them provided best effort versus a full achievement prizes. So Gary Boomer, who's on the call today, Katrina, I'm not sure if she's on. I know she had a busy schedule, traveling schedule today.
I'm here.
Charlie, oh, she's there. Hi,
Yes.
Katrina. Katrina is a self-described biggest groupie of STS.
Exactly.
And Gary is also a great supporter of STS and an investor in the business also. Charlie, one of our esteemed advisor, has also offered a prize, and so has Mark Fishburne, who has gracefully handed me a non-paying job with the AI working group earlier this year, but which I personally appreciate very much. And also, I want to thank, since we're talking about the sponsors, TLM, which is a startup studio based here in northern Canada, actually 5 hour north of Montreal, driving. So they're at a pretty remote location, but it's it's an interesting. They're based in a small community with a very good university, and they essentially provide software development services for startups. That's all they do. That's a startup studio. I have built with them the technology for, I think, 5 or 6 startups already with them. And the founder of TLM is a friend of mine. I've been a friend of mine for over 20 years. So these are very good people. They are providing some of the panel experts today and development support throughout the hackathon. And I also want to give a very big and warm thanks to the AI working group. I've put the link here. For those of you who are not familiar with that organization, this is a group of, I don't know, maybe 200 people on and off. A few dozen of them meet every week, every Monday, to discuss the latest news, the technologies, the challenges, the opportunities around applying AI. And it's a fantastic group, and I'm very humbled and privileged to be able to participate in that group, and I've received so much support from them, and I think probably half of our users, maybe not half, but a good quarter of our users are probably from that group, and definitely all of our early supporters came from there. So very, very privileged and humble to have the support of that organization. Ben, did I forget anything?
No, so far this is great. Great introduction. So no.
All right. Does anyone has questions, comments about what's going next? Mark.
Mute. Yeah, I was wondering how interactive some of these sessions will be. Some of them obviously are, but I'm particularly looking at the Thursday keynote on sorry, I just got to scroll down a bit what the title of it was.
Coding
The
with AI.
Thursday keynote on embedding humanist values, because I presented in the AI working group the other day, and I'm very, very interested in that session, and to understand how, if it's going to be just a presentation or it's going to be a like a webinar keynote.
It's going to be more of a webinar keynote, but there will definitely be some time to have back and forths and interaction. So essentially, it will be the formula is going to be a fireside chat. So it will be essentially myself having a conversation with Christina, but we will definitely open the floor for questions, comments, and back and forth
Okay.
with the audience.
Good, thanks.
Depending on whether or not there are questions for the coders after that, we could use the 30 minutes ask me anything to continue the conversation, depending on the interest of the participants. Rick.
Yeah, very briefly, we don't have time to do this now, but is there some way of putting on STS a little place where we can say who we are, what we're interested, or something where we can network, because we can't network effectively in a group of this size.
Yep.
But trying to find out where you cut. It's similar to what we did in the opening of the AI group. Where's your cutting edge? What can you offer? Where do you need help, basically?
That's a fantastic idea. I'm sure Ben has already started a board for that. So
Yep.
essentially, there will be a board in this space. Essentially, when right now I'm in the board that is the hackathon welcome.
Yes.
You see next to the board title, there's a back arrow. So when you click back, you'll find a board that will be like introduce yourself.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Essentially. And then I encourage everyone to put your LinkedIn profile, talk a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, what you're looking for, what you have to offer. And essentially this Zoom call will be open, will not be recording all the time. So we will be essentially presenting from, as I said, 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern time every day. But after 1 p.m., from 1 p.m. to say 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern, the Zoom call is open. And anyone can come in and chat with whoever is there. And if there are multiple conversations going on, we can open breakout rooms. There will be breakout rooms for every challenges also, so people can collaborate and interact live on the challenges. And so there will be plenty of opportunity if people want to get acquainted to one another and learn and interact in an unscripted manner between themselves.
Francis, why don't you go ahead and go back, show folks a little bit of the navigation so they can see some of these other things. So in case you missed it, Francis just clicked on the back arrow in the board that you were in to come to this view. And as you can see, Francis, take it from there.
Well, I mean, Ben, you're on for the training in like 4 minutes.
Okay.
So
Yes.
let me wrap up the introduction, and then
Okay.
you can do the walkthrough
All right.
and the training at the same time. All right.
Okay, sounds good.
I just went back to the welcome board. And let me see what else. Well, there's one area that I've not touched upon. So I did talk about the sponsors and the prices that they are offering, but the most important aspect of all this hackathon, the main purpose for it is the challenges. Rick, did you want to say something else, or I see your hand is still?
Oh, no, I'm done. I'll have to put it down. Sorry.
All right, thank you. All right, so the whole purpose of this hackathon is to work on your ideas, on things that you think are needed in your business, in your client's business, in your life, where you think that AI in general and hopefully STS specifically can assist. So we have a number of people that have already volunteered some ideas. So Brian Cassidy has an idea to develop a 10-minute training process. Charlie has a number of ideas that he's described here. Gary, our gold sponsor, Gary Boomer, has put a lot of thought about the things that he sees are required by his clients. He provides strategic services and planning support for CPA firms all over the United States, and he's provided a very detailed use case. There's a write up here, but if you click that little paperclip icon, you can see the full document that he submitted. Barry presented a number of challenges. Katrina also, which is sponsoring this project specifically. This challenge is being sponsored. Amy Flower, a great long-time user of STS, also has some idea about a habit builder. And JB Fournier has an interest here also. It's still time. If you have other ideas, you can still add them to this list here. So I am on the hackathon welcome board, the link that we've shared through all the platforms. And then if you scroll down to the very bottom, you will see logistics FAQ and then list your idea here. And essentially from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. today, we will try and figure out who would like to work on which challenge. And then we will organize in teams. You can work individually. There could be more than one individual or more than one team working on the same challenge, right? Like we encourage friendly competition here, but also and mostly collaboration, right? STS is about working together, not working against each other, but everyone can do it. So if you have specific ideas, you can take on the challenge and build it yourself. And then once we have the teams and the challenges organized, then from 2 p.m. onwards, it's going to be building time. So 11:30, right on the nose, I think. I'm just going to ask, is there any questions, any comments? Again, we're going to go back to the challenges at 1 p.m. But at this point, does anyone has any comments about the hackathon, the why, the how, the when, anything? Going once, going twice. Is there anything in the chat?
And there's always one at the end. Is there on that list you just were just showing, France? Is there any way you can do a thumbs up to comment on those? Because I think it'd be interesting to know who's interested in which one of those.
So that's a feature that's been requested many times. I don't want to promise anything, but
okay, then
there's a chance you'll see something come up, but not today.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. We'll see. Where we know this is an important feature. What I can recommend is that you can essentially add
edit the text, I'm sure.
That's right.
Edit the text. I'm not sure what happens if multiple people edit the text of the same card at the same time. So we'll come up between now and 1 p.m. I will definitely come up with a way for people to self-organize. So we'll definitely do that. Kind of like what we did yesterday when we took the cards and put them into lists, and then people could put their names underneath every idea. We'll do something similar, but that will be at 1 p.m. From now on, you can just edit the card or add a card underneath one of them if you want, or just
good.
Just ping us on the chat also, whichever is easiest for you. And myself and Ben, we're here to support you and make this as seamless as possible. Rick.
Yeah, this is a very quick question, and I put it in AI search, which is what are the best apps for agenda setting in a hackathon rather than reinventing the wheel? I've participated in one before, but what's out there already? Put that on park. Put it in the parking lot and move on.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Any comment? Any questions?
Yeah. Is there a way I can watch the video of this meeting from the beginning?
Yeah, we'll post it, Dale. We'll post it. Maybe we'll put it on our LinkedIn. Our YouTube by the end of the day. But I think, Dale, you know us so well. I think that what you've caught the important stuff for the hackathon. We did a general welcome and laying of the land. So I think you're going to be up to speed pretty quick.
Okay, thank you, Ben.
You're welcome. But just ask us if you have any questions.
Okay.
Any other questions before we move on to the next item on the agenda? All right, excellent. Ben,
All
you're up.
right, cool. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Francis.
Hard stop at noon, Ben.
Hard stop at noon, no problem. What I'll do is, so I'm going to share my screen and just pick up from where Francis left off, and a bit more of the navigation of STS itself. So where we are right now, we've been in this board, which you can always go back to, and a lot of you actually kind of signed up to this hackathon through this board itself just by clicking on the link itself. You can share boards by just going here. See this three dots over here on the right. You just click on share, and you can copy that link just by clicking here. So that's the way that you came to this most likely. But it's also a way you can share a board, things that you work that you're going to be doing with other people on your team, perhaps, or those that you want to share with once you're done. So let's go back out of this board just to, again, give you a little bit more of a lay of the land of where we're going to be working for the next couple of days. And then we'll go into some of the details of like how to use STS to start building your project. And again, we're going to be available all the time. So if you have any questions, but there's also ways to get help, which we'll go into. So what I want to share with you is these are boards that are like feature requests. So this is where we were. This is feature requests and feedback. So as like Mark's mentioned a couple, like if you have ideas that you just want to see be implemented, this is really a great opportunity to just go ahead and list them here. I put some already here just to get ideas flowing, but it's also things that we already know. Like these are things that we want to do, and we will try to get them done this week, so that everybody can see it the next day or whenever we can get to it. Some of them are going to be more complicated than others, obviously. Some of them might be a quick fix, which we can put into play. But as you start to think about what you would like to do with your tool for your business, there might be a feature that you'd like to explore. Just drop it in here. And also, I also put a list here for any kind of feedback that you have, what you like, maybe some improvements, that kind of thing. This is always very much appreciated. Underneath that is Q&A. So if you have questions for us, we're not on Zoom at the moment. I'll be checking this all the time. I will also put in the chat my WhatsApp and my email, so you can just reach out if you need to get a hold of it right away, because I want to be very responsive. I'm going to be available the whole time so that you can get the answers that you need. And also there is this help button here. So while I'm on this subject, you can click here on that question mark up here, and this comes to our documentation page. And from here, we've been updating this recently so that you can see like some of the newest features, but also just get some of the lay of the land. So you shouldn't be too stuck. If you are, just reach out. But otherwise, this could be a good asset for some quick questions, Q&A that you have, how to work in boards, how to add frames, that kind of thing. There's short videos too. Some of these are just like a minute long, if this isn't clear enough. Okay, so that's here, but also I'll show you inside of the boards. I put this within the Q&A board itself. So some of you have used our AI associates. In every one of these boards, you can have AI associates throughout your workflow, however you want to build your solution. But in our templates, we have them here as well. So just click on the blue button, and then you can configure your AI-driven list. This is a list, and this is the AI within the list. So when you click on this drop-down, you're going to see I have a lot of associates I can choose from, because I've actually created these myself. I created one for there's a hackathon coach, which all of us will have access to for this hackathon. There's others I've done for like SWT, a SWAT. Mary, the analyst from an online friend, has a process that I've incorporated. But here's the ones that we have for all of you during the hackathon, and for as long as you have access to STS, you'll have these for now. So this is like if you need the perspective of a CEO, a chief AI officer, a finance officer, an HR officer. If you have specific questions that takes that lens, you can just click here and then choose those associates to help to answer your questions. All right, get the perspective of like an HR officer, or a legal officer, or marketing or strategy. They're all here available for you. Super helpful. But for this one, we have the help assistant. So because I have that here, I can say, tell me how to move a card. And once I hit return, it will come back. It basically is going to access this documentation page and the training we've given it, and it will come back with an answer. So click and hold a card you want to move like this, drag it to the desired location like that, release, and there, done it. So if you have a question about how to use the board, try the help assistant first. Look at the help documentation page, maybe second. Third, reach out to us, or whatever order, it doesn't matter. We should be able to help you in this regard. So any questions about getting help? Rick, you're muted, my friend.
This is just quick feedback from novices who are unconsciously incompetent, and that is, I think you have to do it slower with practice sessions. So what you just did, I was tracking it, in my mind, but I wasn't doing it.
Yes.
And onboarding people with any platform, you have to have, explain it, do it. And so I would maybe, this group may be way above where I am, but I'm just simply for novices, you have to think about how to slow things down.
Thanks, Rick, and that's great. And I try to do that in my other life. I do trainings, and that's what I do there. So I've apparently forgotten all my training. So thank
No,
you.
it's not. It's not. It happens all the time. It's just
Yeah.
that, I'm just simply saying, actually, it might be useful asking the group how many people are experienced or novices, because that's a different audience. So, if the vast majority of people are experienced, then Mark and I are outliers. So that's fine.
Right. And to build on that excellent suggestion, is it might be helpful if you just created a separate video of what you just went over and have that available for people to refer back to, and perhaps even include a little bit more depth, as Rick just suggested, of showing the examples of the key moves that you need to make in STS, because it's very hard to pick it up on a quick run through to be
Yes.
memorable. But if there
Thank
was
you.
a video, so a short video that you could post that we could refer back to would be very helpful.
Okay, good. Thank you, Dale. So what I would say, just in brevity, for brevity's sake, is click on the question mark on the top right,
Yep,
and I'll take you to those videos in a documentation page as a
that are
good
already
place to
there.
get started. And then secondly, and if you could all follow along, if you're here on this page, so just go back. If you're on the first welcome page, just go to the back arrow, and you should see this page, and then you can click on the Q&A. So let me know if you have any issues with that. And then with the help assistance should already be loaded. You could ask your questions on what you need to know within STS.
Okay, thank you. That's very helpful.
You're welcome. Mark.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you may not politically like him or whatever, but Obama had an amazing thing called the power of the pause. And you can't process a question or a bullet point that someone's talking about if in the meantime they've gone on to the next one. And it slows the process down, and everyone, especially me, is guilty of wanting to communicate everything I want to communicate as quickly as possible, but then etc. You get the idea, but it's very difficult. So I think anybody who speaks, it would be good if you could actually inject a bit of space between what you're saying. So we don't have to go to the videos. We can actually pick it up and process it as the good slow learners as we are, as Rick would say. Thank you. That's it.
Excellent.
To Ben's defense, I'm going to say two things. One is you all heard me tell him that he had the limited time to provide this overview, right? So I'll take the blame for his rushing through that a little bit. But also, the whole idea of this hackathon is to give all of you, and many of you have been fans and supporters and friendly to STS for quite some time, and we hear you. We know that the tool is not, as easy and intuitive as we would all love it to do. But we know, Ben and I, we know that it's working because it's working for us, right? And so the whole idea of the hackathon is to give you that space. So right now, Ben just rushed through that overview so that at least the people that are new to SCS have some idea about the vocabulary, the language of STS. But throughout the next 3 days, if you want to just have a sit down, Ben or I can do a breakout room, and then we can walk you through step by step and let you do it yourself and guide you through that process. The goal of this hackathon, the number one goal, is that as many people as possible become comfortable and eager to build stuff on STS. STS is a platform for builders, and we want you to all become builders because we think this is something that will benefit uh, uh, us, all of us, and each of you individually also. So there will be plenty of time and opportunities to go through these step by steps and understand. And also, as we hear you and as we watch you try and build stuff on STS, it will give us tremendous feedback on where to focus and prioritize our effort to make the platform work for all of you, no matter where you are on the familiarity and expertise scale. Sorry.
Exactly. And that's exactly what you're getting here is like we're all supporting you and STS in its evolution. We're just telling you where we're getting stuck
Yeah.
and what we need to use it more effectively. So I think we're on track with that. And you and Ben are doing a great job. And we're just here to support you by sharing what would be helpful for us and using it more fully as we go forward.
Great.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you all. I do appreciate it. Okay, so I want to go for about another 10 minutes, and then I want to I'll take about maybe a 5 minute pause before we have or give a chance to do a little quick bio break, maybe 2 minutes or so, before we get into the panel, if that's okay. So I'll spend another few minutes, just give you the lay of the land for this. And then we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back for the panel. Does that sound good? Okay. So the next item I want to show you within this folder. So we're looking at a folder within the team. So we're all part of the Impact Hackathon team, which is here. And everybody that's in that team can see the folders, not all of these, because some of them I have security clearance for some of them. I didn't want to give everybody access to all of them because I won't get into the specifics, but you have the ability to hide things from some folks and show it to everybody that you want to. So this is a good security feature within STS. So what you should see is this one called the introduce yourself. So if you need to drop before the end of the day or at some point today, I'll recommend that you do as Greg and Charlie has done already. Just come here, type in your name. You can type in Charlie, as Charlie has done, and just hit enter, and then your card will show up here. You could drop in. That's great if you add your LinkedIn profile. Maybe Francis is typing there now. As you can see, it's a collaborative platform. You can see it's changing before your very eyes, even though I'm not doing anything. You all have the ability to do that as well. So just enter in your information, hit return, and it will show up below. You may notice that I have a link here And that's because I clicked the 3 dots, and you can follow along if you just create a quick card for yourself. Just put your name on it, Paul, like thank you, like Paul just did. And then once you've created your card, just click on the 3 dots, and you can go to attachments and sources. So here's where you can add some of those beautiful images we have now within STS. You can upload a file, PDF, Word doc, but also you can add your URL. So this way, your card becomes an active link to whatever it is that you're linking to. So you can drop your LinkedIn profile there and hit done. So once you've done that, then you have the launch button here. I could just click it, and voila, there's my LinkedIn profile. Okay. Or you can be cheeky and put your picture like Francis did. Very nice. And nice. That's actually excellent, because then, we're looking at each other's faces. And now I know that's Francis, who's been speaking most of this time. So thank you, Miguel, Victor. Terrific. Thank you for doing that. The next thing I'll show in the last 5 minutes that I have, I'm going to exit back out, go into the left, and I'm going to go into, you can't see the Launchpad yet. We're going to make this available to you. But what you're all going to get is a Launchpad. And the Launchpad has 3 stages. And so you could think about this in your solution, whatever it is you're creating. If you have a particular framework or a process that you in your business follow, or maybe you follow every single day or once a week, maybe once a quarter, you could put it into STS and have it as a process that your team follows when you need to. So just as a way to think about what it is we're doing here, one way you can use this is to create a framework. So for us, this is the Launchpad stages 1, 2, and 3. So you can think of it as day 1, 2, and 3, or how fast you are. It doesn't matter, but the idea is that you go to stage 1 to learn a little bit more about STS. You can see it. Can everybody act? Well, you don't have access to this yet. I will give it access to it in a little bit, but you will see more about STS, how the board works. So the idea here is that it's going to explain what the Launchpad is, but I'm giving that to you now. And then once you kind of get oriented, you go through the steps of the stages, right? So in the hack, this is just what we propose. This is a good way for you to capture what it is that you want to do during the hackathon. If you don't have an idea yet, great. If you have the start of an idea, great. If you have a fully fleshed idea, I still recommend that you use this so that not only you can share it with your team, but it also can be context that you give access to your coach. So think of it this way. You're creating a board, like you can think of it as a business model canvas, even. Like, what's the problem that you're going to solve? What is your solution? How are you going to solve it? And then you can have a coach that actually can help you move along. But before I go to that, let me just walk you through these steps. So describe the problem that you're solving, the challenge that you have, who experiences it, and why does it matter now? Like, what's the urgency? What's the opportunity if you solve it? What does it mean to you if you actually do this? And the way that you can answer these questions is just by clicking into the card and just start typing it. So fill out each one of these cards as you go. So what does success look like? What is the minimum viable version? How will you know if it works, etc. So this is a good starting point for stage 1 to start here to design your challenge that you're trying to solve. And the last thing that I will share here is the hackathon coach. So with this coach, this is something that I put together to help all of us move through the hackathon successfully by getting some coaching, quite simply. And if you click again, if you click on the coach or any of the AI associates, it will bring this card up where you can configure your list. And what this means is that you can choose the content that you want to share with your coach. So as you can see here is what problem are you solving? You can see that here. I'm going to click that. What does success look like? I think probably that's everything that I want to share with it, except for the journal, which is basically the history of the chat. So once I hit save, I can start to ask questions. Like if you're having trouble, like if you want help, I should say, defining your challenge better, you can ask the coach to help. So if you need some help with like what changes in my life, if you solve this problem, ask the coach. Just say, please give me some ideas, like you would, with ChatGPT or whomever, to improve this challenge, right? So I'll pause there. Anybody have any questions? Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, I've just put this in the chat, Ben. I think that the thing was missing from your list was adding your MTP,
Aha,
massive transformative purpose,
great.
because that answers the why question.
Do you want to explain real quick what the MTP is to everyone that doesn't know?
Yeah, it comes from exponential organization, which is about growing organization 10 times um, uh, uh, rather than just incrementally. And MTP is it stands for massive transformative purpose, which is not your mission statement, but it's what the impact you have on the world or would like to have on the world. So it's supposed to be inspirational and can develop. And there's a methodology to do that I think we can actually cover it during the hackathon.
That's great. Thank you for that. So I've now
Yeah,
added it.
that's part of what Gary is sponsoring also.
Right. Right. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Um, Rick, unless it's absolutely pressing for you to ask the question, I'd like to give everyone a few minutes pause before we start the panel, which is in 4 minutes. Thank you. And as I said, there will be plenty of time to provide feedback, ask questions, practice, everything. All right. Ben, was there anything else you wanted to conclude with?
No, I think this is a good
All right.
place to pause. If you have questions in the meantime, you can put it in the chat or on the Q&A board within STS. Thank you.
Awesome. And so for everybody, the panel will start in roughly 4 to 6 minutes. I see all the panelists I think have joined already. Very excited. Just to recap, the panel is going to be from 12 to 12:30. So it's a 30-minute panel, starts in 5 minutes or so. And we have 4 expert coders, software developers that use AI, multiple AI, every single day, have experimented with everything that's available and then some, and will give us their perspective on how it's changing their work, maybe changing their life, I don't know, and what they're doing with it today and what they expect for themselves and for us and for society in the future. So I'm very excited about that panel. If you need to go get a coffee, glass of water, bio break, whatever, please be back in no more than 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Hi, Francis. I
Hey,
was late, but I'm here.
how are you doing, Miguel?
Fine, thank you. Uh,
All right. So, Darren, I'm not sure I understand your comment, but maybe we can take that later on.
Hey,
about Ken's
Francis,
GPT. Yes.
is there you said that there is another board for us to put our contact information in or something like that?
Yes. Let me share my screen. I will show it to you. This. So this is the board here, hackathon participants. So if you go to the welcome board and
Okay, I
navigate
have the
back one
welcome board.
level, you see the purple one.
Oh, okay,
Introduce
okay.
yourself. That's
I
the one
got it.
here.
Okay, okay. I always forget to go back and look at the folder.
Yeah,
Duh.
the arrow left is supposed to be the queue, but
Yeah, I know, but I always forget to do that. It's the same question I asked you the other day, or where's the template? So anyway, I have it here now. Okay, cool. Thank you.
and very soon you'll be able to just ask the AI where should I put my profile, and the AI will find it for you. So
True.
Dale, if you're talking, we are not hearing.
Good. Yeah. So I was on STS and I'm trying to find where the hackathon board is.
All right, I will.
Just it's in the chat. Just click on the chat. In the chat, there's a link that Ben put.
Okay.
I'll put it back again. We'll put the link to the welcome board regularly on the chat so that it'll keep
Okay.
pop up at the bottom of the.
Great.
So I just added it again.
Thank you. Yeah. But just as a parenthetical note, I was in STS and I couldn't get to the hackathon board. So I don't know why you wouldn't direct me to that.
Oh, so there's a concept in STS. STS was built with security in mind from the build up, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
if you are just in STS, you don't have access to all the content. In order to get access, you have to be invited. And the way you get invited to a team is to follow a link like this one. This is a sharing link, the one that I put on the chat, if you're seeing
Right.
that link actually when you follow it will auto assign you to the team. So
Great.
that's the way we are keeping what's private and sharing what we intend to share with whoever we want to share it with.
Great. Thank you for that clarification.
So that's a security feature essentially. Because if you just log into STS and if you were to see everything, you would see I probably have over 100 teams and maybe 1,000 boards already on STS myself. I
Right.
would not want to overwhelm you with all of that, and some of that is private. So
Great. Got it. Thanks for the explanation. Understand now.
Francis, I stopped your sharing, just so
Yep.
you know. Okay.
Thank you. Good call. All right, so maybe one more minute, and then we'll kick off the panel. So I see Jonathan, I see Simon, I see Pierre, and I think David was there already.
David's here.
Yes. Perfect. And Simon has not implemented the story TLM background yet.
You can't see it, the background?
Yes, you have one, but it's not the one with
With the stars now.
the stars. Yes, exactly.